Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Men TV. This is part 2 to the 5.3 LM7 Texas Speed Cam build. We're going to be installing everything today. We've got the rest of the parts that have to go back on, all this mess. We got our heads back from Darren. He did an absolutely stellar job. That is why we used those guys over there. We've got everything ported, everything is cleaned up. The new LS6 springs are in there. Everything looks good. This is going to be going on right now. Got a couple guys stopping by. We'll have a special guest tomorrow. Matt Sambeck is going to be here throwing a base map on this thing. That way we can get it started, get it over the exhaust shop, and get everything finished up on the exhaust. We're going to be doing a long tubes to an X pipe all the way back to 5-inch tips. This thing is going to sound absolutely gnarly. Hopefully we can get some footage of that as well. Stay tuned. So we got all the cam bearings in. Everything looks nice. We're going to go ahead and get that cam in. This is a Texas Speed Cam 216, 220, stage 3. Pretty nice looking piece of equipment here. Feels nice. Now all we got to do is get all of our timing components back on there, get everything sealed up, get the heads back on, get drop back in, put the long tubes on, get the transmission back in, and get Sam back over here to throw a little base map on it for us. Now that we got the cylinder heads torqued down, we're going to install the push rods, also supplied from Texas Speed. They literally have everything you can ever ask for the LM7, LS, L21 platforms. Let's get to it. Alright, so now that we have all the long tubes bolted on, we got everything set up, ready to drop in. We're going to see if we can't snug this thing down in between the intermediate shaft and the AC compressor. And we're going to have to bolt that up on the way down. Maybe this will go easy, maybe it'll be a tight fit. We'll see, 'cause there's no real way of doing this without guessing it. So here we go, let's give it a shot. All right, now that we got the trans in and everything is ready and bolted up, we got the engine all set in place, everything looks awesome. We're not having any clearance issues except for on the header itself where the intermediate shaft meets. Now, it's the only problem that we've had so far with fitment, but that's pretty common, especially when we're doing long tubes. A lot of the time the intermediate shaft has to, or will contact. We'll have to clearance the header a little bit. Usually we'll just end up taking the torch to it, heating it up a little bit, putting a little ding in it, not a big deal. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep getting all these accessories back together, get the intake on, get everything ready to roll. Sandbeck will be here in a little bit, and we'll get this thing base map and get it fired up. All right, now that we got the header all clearanced, it looks like we're gonna have very, very tight, but we don't want to bash in those brand new headers too much. You could probably barely see it, but just made enough room to where we can make sure that it doesn't contact while you're driving and everything. You don't want that. So you can kind of probably see it even a little bit from in here, right where it would be, but yeah. So now that we got the headers clearanced, we're just gonna go ahead and keep on, get the intake on, get everything back together and get this thing fired up. All right, we're back. Everything is in. We've got all the fluids topped off. We're just waiting on Matt right now. I did mess up a little bit and I ended up breaking the dipstick tube off in the block. For some reason, I assume it must have been very bad cast or something. I wasn't even being rough with it, but it broke anyways. So my fault, I had to get it fished out. And we ended up having to make a goofy contraption due to the long tubes to get it out. So this little lasso with a very sharp self-tapper into it helped yank it right back out. So we're gonna get the new dipstick tube in and she's gonna be ready to fire up. Here's how she looks now. All stock looking except for the long tubes and the K&N. And yeah, she's gonna be ready to rock. All right, so we're here, we're ready. We've got Matt Sandbeck in the house, as well as Ryan Keller over there doing the tune stuff, getting this thing a base map. We're about to get that first start up. I'm gonna stand back because it's gonna be loud. Open long tubes, it's a go. kind of skinny.
These are going on 14?
These are going on 12 wides, so thankfully we're not going to attempt to put those on 14 wides.
Put them on your Civic?
Sure.
Well, thanks for
Costs more in the car.
Thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for the tune. I appreciate it.
Everything be great. Swinging by once the exhaust is done and
Thank you.
finalized.
All right, well, we'll just see you guys next time.
Yep, have a great day.
All right, well, that's it for today. Next time on Mint TV, we're gonna get this thing on the dyno, and we're gonna get some full exhaust, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.